What's happening, Michael Barata? Thank you for checking me out this evening. It is another kind of unseasonably warm type of day here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Uh, so many things going through my head, and primarily with regard to education and specifically with my classes and my students. I've been having really, really good conversations with my students. You'd be amazed that when you give students the opportunity to voice their opinions, their concerns, their suggestions. It's an amazing dialogue that happens, and it's not always about the instructor being boring or horrible or tough or mean. I mean, I've had students tell me that they believe they are lazy, they're irresponsible, they're not motivated. I also hear things about instructors need to be more engaging and things of that nature. So that's awesome. The bigger issue, though, in all of that is a lot of these students don't necessarily know what it is that they want to do with their lives, yet they find themselves enrolled in a university or a college somewhere. And that just makes absolutely no sense to me. That's essentially saying, hey, there's the space shuttle, go drive it, and don't worry if you don't know how, there is a manual in the glove box. Figure it out as you go. That way's got to stop. We've got to stop just looking at the business end of education. We've got to really, I think, focus more so on the learning part of education. So I think until we can find ways to engage potential students, right, with questions like, why do you want to attend school? What are your aspirations? What are your dreams? What are your goals? What do you think college is like? What do you think the responsibility is like? Do you think there's a change? Are you ready for that kind of change? What's going on in your world? Things like that really get to the heart of what you want to use education for, because education is supposed to be a resource, right? It's supposed to actually get you closer to what it is you want to do with your life, whatever that may be. And again, it could be something as unique and specific and authentic, to you, that you may be creating your own type of career, and it can also mean, a traditional type of, work for an organization. That's fine, no matter what, as long as you're connected to it and you love it. That's a beautiful thing. But I think right now we are essentially enrolling students to just continue, like I've said in the past, get on that conveyor belt and just figure it out. But it's hard for some students to connect to the purpose of education if they don't really understand what they're using it for, what they need it for. So if they don't know what they want to do with their life, but we're telling them, here, take these classes, we can't be surprised anymore when there is a lack of interest or motivation to really put themselves in a position to learn or to benefit from that education. Don't get me wrong, it's a responsibility that they take. I understand this, but at the same time, we have a responsibility to make sure that we actually create an opportunity that's ideal for them to connect with, to engage in, and to be successful in. So it's a two-way street. And believe me, I push the students. They're all about personal responsibility, but us as in the education world, we need to take a bigger responsibility as well. Think about that. I'm open to any kind of suggestions.